Hey everyone, it's Jacob from Piano by Pictures, and today we're going to take a deeper look at a concept that has taken the Piano by Pictures Facebook community by storm. And that concept is chord inversions. One of the tricky things about learning a new concept on the piano is that it can be difficult to see where that concept fits in with actually playing music. So today I'm going to teach you how to play Just My Imagination by The Temptations, and then we're going to transform this song into an exercise to work on our gospel chord inversions. I know that normally in these videos we start with the right hand, but today we're going to start with the left hand and we're going to learn that iconic bass line. Let's check it out. We're going to use the notes C, D, G, and A. C and D are going to be the roots of our chord. They're going to support the chords that are being played, and the G and A are going to be used primarily as just passing notes. They're going to give this bass line a little bit more drive, but they're just kind of accenting the C and the D. We'll start on C, and then play A, G, A, D, and then A, G, A, G, A, C. Here it is again, C, A, G, A, D, then A, G, A, G, A, C. Let's give it a little rhythm. 1, 2, ready, go. So C, A, G, A, D, A, G, A, G, A, C. And that's all there is to that. Pretty easy, not bad at all. I would definitely spend some time to get this internalized. You're going to want to be able to play this without thinking about it a whole lot, and that way we can focus our attention on these right-hand chords. Before we get into applying these inversions to the song, let's just work out the inversions in and of themselves so that we're comfortable, and then when it comes to apply them to this bass line, we'll be good to go. So we'll start with regular old C, C, E, and G. And to invert this, we just bump this bottom note up to the top. So now C's on top, this is our first inversion. We'll call this root position, and then once we move up, it'll be first inversion. Then we're going to move this E up an octave, and then now we have that on top, so this is our second inversion, C, and then if we move the G up one more time, it's just gonna go back to regular old C. So there's 3 notes in a C chord, and there's 3 ways to play it. So here it is. Root position, first inversion, second inversion, and then back to regular old C. For D minor, it's going to look pretty much the exact same. So we have our root position, D minor chord, D, F, and A. Then we bump this D up an octave to here. So we have F, A, D. Then this F, we're going to bump up an octave again, put it in our pinky, put F on top, and we have A, D, F. And then if we invert one more time, we're back home on our regular old D minor. I would spend some time getting used to the individual inversions, but the point of this video is to give you a way in which to practice this stuff and make it like not miserable. You know, it can be really, you know, if you're just doing this all day, it can become really tiresome. It gets old really quick. So let's go ahead and apply this to a song now and make it more fun. So what we're going to do is just get the rhythm down first. When you play the C in the left hand pinky, the top C chord is going to come down. So these happen simultaneously. Then these passing notes happen on their own. And then when you land on D, you switch to the D minor chord. And then when you go back to C, it lands on C. Just aim for those main root notes. So when you play a C, you play a C chord, and when you play a D, you play that D minor chord. Let's get comfortable with this first and just play this a few times together. 1, 2, ready, go. So C, then D, back to C. Now the next thing we're going to do is repeat the same thing and just use the next set of chords. So we'll use this first inversion C chord and then this first inversion D minor chord. And so if we stay here for a little bit, it'll get us really used to playing these first inversion chords. Also, we did a tutorial on Lean On Me, which is just like a masterclass of first inversion chords. I'll put that in the description so y'all can check that out. So we'll start on C and take a look at how the root is now in your pinky. Sometimes this first inversion chord is easier to see because you just put the main note, like you put C in your pinky and then do this shape and bam, you've got a C chord. D minor as well, same idea. We'll add the bass line and the coordination is going to work the exact same way. We'll start 1, 2, ready, go. So C, then D minor, back to C, D minor, and just back and forth. Nice and easy. Now I think you can see the pattern here. If you thought, hey, we're gonna do the next inversions next, you're right. 1, 2, ready, go. C, D minor, then C. Just back and forth. So now what we're going to do is take little groups of these chords and introduce moving between inversions kind of one step at a time. So we're going to start with this C, this D minor, and then we're going to pop up to this inversion of C and then back to this D minor. This little move here is so helpful for gospel music. I would first use the regular fingering, so just thumb, middle, pinky, thumb, middle, pinky, thumb, and then pointer, pinky for this top chord. Get used to that. Here's that first inversion C, and then back to D, and then back to C. However, a lot of gospel piano players want to move in between these chords really quickly. You might have a move like Amazing Grace. You want to get to those chords really quick. So I find the best way to do this is by using basically the Franz Liszt technique in his book of virtuoso piano exercises. So we'll start with this regular C, we'll play thumb, pointer, middle, and then we'll add the pinky on top, pinky on this C. So we have this big C that spans an octave, and we just break it into 2 chunks. So we have this C on bottom, and then this C on top. Now the D minor, we're just gonna grab a thumb, pointer, ring. And so this allows us to get between these chords really quickly. That's such a good gospel sound right there. Super handy for gospel music. All right, so let's practice that. We'll just start here. 1, 2, then D minor, then this C on top, D minor, back to C, D minor, then C, then C again. Now let's try the next set of chords. We'll have the first inversion C, first inversion D, and then we'll land on this second inversion C here. So here's what this looks like. I'm also not using the pedal for any of this. I think that this sounds better if you just do it all in the fingers. A lot of piano players are scared of space, but I think that it's really important to leave a little air in between the notes. Dr. Kelly actually talked a little bit about this when we looked at Oscar Peterson's piano playing. Now what I would encourage you to do is just play games with whichever inversion you choose. So maybe we could just move up the piano. Here's what this would look like. So we'll start C, then D, then C, then D. We're just moving up. You can also move down. See that smooth connection all the way up the range of the keyboard. This is really helpful because it gives you pretty much a way to play any chord wherever your hand is on the keyboard. So maybe you, just played a little pentatonic scale move or something, and you want to land on this C here. So you might go, or even backwards. Well, that one we get lucky because we just land on that root position, but we could also go like. So yeah, having a chord within reach no matter where you are on the piano is incredibly helpful for if you have a moment of inspiration and end up in a weird spot, you can be like, oh no, and then just grab this C up here and it's totally fine. So this is really useful for a bunch of different things. I hope that you found this helpful. Just My Imagination is a fantastic song, but more than just this one song and this one technique, I hope that you take away the idea, the strategy in this, which is to just take something that you're really familiar with, something really simple, and then use that as an arena to work out whatever technique you're practicing. Let us know in the comments if you have any questions. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click the link in the description to check out our free book offer. But most of all, enjoy playing.